When it comes to paying for your kids' college education, one of the things that kind of gets lost in the shuffle is that that's really what your goal should be, to pay for the education. And what most people think that really means is that you've got to start saving in order to have some, big chunk of money available for your kids' education when it comes time to pay for it, right? Well, in this video, I'm going to share with you a better plan to actually pay for your kids' college education. Because when you save a big chunk of money, you actually can get penalized for doing that. You'll find out what I'm talking about during this video. And in this video, what I'm going to share with you is a lesson from my debt-free millionaire system called the college funding myth. It'll explain what I'm talking about very clearly. And stay tuned, because after this video, I've got something I want to give you and you're not going to want to miss it. And while you're at it, why don't you subscribe to our channel? Because we're going to continue to provide this kind of information to help you wind up with the most money possible when it comes to your personal finances. But for now, let's go ahead and get to that college funding myth lesson. Welcome to Money Myth session number 5, the college funding myth. Let's get right to the topic of funding a college education. If you're in the process, though, of paying for your own student loans right now, then this session might be a little bit late for you, and in some respects, that may be the case. However, if you plan on helping your children one day, then trust me, you're going to want to pay attention. When it comes to paying for college, there are a number of plans that are available, and the most common one seems to be called the 529 plan. Basically, the 529 plan provides some tax advantages that, they can be helpful in accumulating funds for a college education off in the future. As well, some insurance companies have college education plans available. However, regardless of whatever plan you're considering, there's one thing all college funding plans seem to have in common. That common thread is that you had better start socking away all the dough as soon as possible. And most of these plans will tell you the sooner the better, right? Well, let's take a look at how a plan like that would be compared to a plan like the one I'm going to walk you through in this session. If you're planning on funding a college education for a child, a grandchild, maybe a niece or a nephew, here are a few things you're going to need to consider. The most obvious are, how many years until that child or those children enter college? How many children do you intend to help obtain a college education? And what are the current resources you plan to use to build that college fund? The traditional idea is that if you start sooner rather than later, you'll be able to accumulate a larger college fund. Well, let's use the Fortunato family numbers again. Remember, they had $425 left over, and let's say they have 10 years until their oldest child graduates from high school. Remember, the Fortunatos had 2 children, and they plan on helping both of them obtain a college education. So the answers to those 3 questions are that they have 10 years until their first child enters college, they plan on helping 2 children obtain a college education, and as far as their resources go, they have $425 a month for building that college fund. And they plan on using all of it to fund college and forego saving for retirement until their kids are done with school. And for simplicity's sake, we're going to say that the kids are 4 years apart, so when one graduates from college, the other is starting college. In our example, we're going to use 2 scenarios, kind of like a Plan A versus Plan B comparison. And Plan A will be to use the $425 a month to build the college fund starting now. Plan B will be to invest that $425 a month into completely eliminating all of your debt first and then work towards building that college fund. Plan A means that you're going to put $425 away each and every month. And let's be liberal and assume that you can achieve an 8% annual average rate of return on that money for the 10 years you have before junior enters college. This would mean that at the end of 10 years, you would have built a college fund of $77,752.06. Not bad. And you still have the $425 a month to help out for the 2 consecutive 4-year college careers for both kids. But this money, that $425 a month, it's not going into an investment. It's going to Junior when he needs money for whatever reason, or it's being used to go visit Junior when you want, or bring Junior home for a weekend or holidays. So it's not accumulating any interest. That means each year you'll have $5,100 available for Junior during the college year for 4 years, which is $20,400. Then after those 4 years are over and another would begin, that's another $20,400 available for junior number 2. This brings us to a grand total of $118,552.06 for both college funds. Wow, that's not bad. Okay, let's take a peek at Plan B. Plan B involves investing that $425 a month into completely eliminating all of your debt right now and not saving for the kids' college funds until after you're completely debt-free. By doing this, in this example, you'd pay off your house, the cars, and all the credit cards in just 9 years and 1 month, and then you'd be completely debt-free. But this also means that you'll have saved zero for either college fund until the 9th year and 2nd month. So at the time junior number 1 enters college, you'll have only been saving for 11 months. But here's the catch. Remember, you were paying $2,575 a month for all of your debt payments, plus you also had that $425 a month that was available from the beginning. So your total monthly contribution to building and supporting a college fund is $3,000, not the $425 a month. You know, it's the same $3,000, except in this scenario, the $2,575 is now free to be directed towards college funding instead of debt payments. And once you're completely debt-free and you begin to save that $3,000 a month for that college fund, after only 11 months, you'd have $33,000. That's almost half of the $77,752 it took you 10 years to accumulate in Plan A with 8% interest, even if you took that $3,000 and put it in your sock drawer with no interest. Then for the next 8 years, you'd have $3,000 a month or $36,000 a year, not just the $5,100 a year like Plan A to help juniors numbers 1 and 2 with college. What's that look like? How about $288,000? Add the original $33,000 from the sock drawer, and you get a whopping grand total of $321,000. That's almost 3 times the amount if you started building that college fund from the beginning, and 2.7 times the amount exactly. If those numbers aren't self-explanatory enough, here are a few additional tidbits that may help you sway towards the Plan B argument. Having a smaller college fund when your child enters college will help them avoid possibly being denied any college grant money. There are programs like the Pell Grant Federal Aid Program that many college students can take advantage of. But depending on the age of the oldest parent and the amount of money that's set aside in a college fund, if that amount that is set aside exceeds the allowable amount, it could have a negative impact on qualifying. Now, to get into all of these details regarding qualification or disqualification, all those factors go well beyond the scope of this session. But I can tell you this. At the time this session is being recorded, home equity will have little to no impact on the qualification process. Your personal cash flow will have no impact on the qualification process. Family income, well, in Plan A or Plan B, it's the same. So any effect it could have on qualifying for college grants, it's negligible. But here's the point that often gets overlooked, kind of like the misguided focus from our budgeting scenario. In Plan A, you're still in debt, at least in regards to your house. In Plan B, when the kids enter college, you're completely debt-free. Which scenario would you prefer? I mean, can you imagine how great it would feel to be able to send your kids off to college and be in a position where you're completely debt-free and you have thousands of dollars in monthly cash flow available instead of thousands of dollars in monthly debt obligations? I mean, take a moment and let that possibility, which can become a reality, really sink in. Or you can be in a position like Plan A, where you do have a few bucks left over to help them out every month, but you still have the stress and pressure of all of that debt. I think the choice is obvious. Okay, now I know what you're thinking. A lot can happen during those 18 years, and you're absolutely right. But what set of circumstances would place you in a better position to handle life's curveballs? Plan A, where you're still obligated to thousands of dollars in monthly debt obligations and payments? Or Plan B, where you're completely debt-free and all your monthly income is yours? Plan B, of course. Now, I could go on and on with reasons why the advantages Plan B provides easily eclipse Plan A, but I think you get the point. Now, if you're currently working on paying off your own student loans, can you see how powerful this is? I mean, can you imagine if you had access to this kind of college funding yourself? And if you plan on helping your own kids obtain a college education, can you see how this would help them avoid the same student loan struggles that you're currently facing? Now you know what I meant when I said you could get penalized for saving for your kid's college education, and you also know what the best way to actually focus on paying for that education really can be. Now, I mentioned in the beginning of the video I had a gift for you. And if you like this video, if you like the information that you learned here, you'll love the People Are Lying to You and It's Costing You a Fortune 3-part training series that I want to offer you. You can get it by clicking the link below. The training will show you how money really works, and it's yours free when you click the link below. Also, if you like this video, subscribe to our channel and make sure that when you subscribe, you click the bell so that you'll be notified when more great videos like this one are posted. And if you like this video, click the like button and let us know. And while you're at it, share a comment or two. We'd love to hear what you think, and if you also would like to know more information about a specific topic, let us know in the comments, and I'll make sure we get that addressed. Meanwhile, make sure you subscribe to our channel and take advantage of the free training, People Are Lying to You and It's Costing You a Fortune. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.